Okay, let's graph the next function. I'm going to once again start by going to y equals. I'm going to type this in. So we have -3. Then we have a variable in the exponent. So you're going to have to press this little arrow button right below the button that says clear. And then you're going to type in your variable x. If your variable is now up in the exponent, like actually above, you're going to have to press the right arrow to come back down before you press +5. Then I'm going to go to second graph. I'm going to go all the way up to where x is -6. And as you can see, we have a really complicated decimal here. So we're actually not going to graph that. The decimal is a little bit more complicated and we don't actually need those points. Instead, we're just going to include the other points. So we have 0, 4, 1, 2, 2, -4. And the rest of these points won't actually fit in our graph, but I'll include them anyway. So we got 3, -22, and 4, -76. And let's go ahead and graph those. We got 0, 4 first, 1, 2, and 2, -4. And I don't know about you guys, but this graph looks a little complicated. Like I'm not exactly sure how it's going to look. So I'm going to press graph and see before I actually connect them. So now I know I'm going to bring my line in from the left and curve it going downwards. And now you should probably be able to see that this is an exponential. And let's get a bit more specific and call it an exponential decay function, like you did with Miss Alenka and like you're doing with Mr. Curry. Okay, let's go on to the next function. So based on the symbol you see here, you should probably be able to tell that this is a square root function. So you're going to go back to your calculator, press y equals, and now we actually have to put this symbol in our calculator. So if you look right above the x squared button, you'll see this square root symbol in blue. That means we need to press second first, and then the x squared button. And there's our square root symbol. I'm going to type in x plus 4, close the parentheses, and write -2. And go to graph. I'm going to scroll all the way up until I get to x is -6. And you'll start to see an error. That's okay. We're not going to include those points. You should see that with square root. So we have -4, -2, -3, -1. Again, complicated decimals. I'm going to skip those and go straight to 0, 0. Let me continue scrolling until I get to 6. We got 5, 1. 6 is a complicated decimal. And there's a bunch of complicated decimals. So I'm going to leave this last part of the table blank. Graph my points. -4, -2, -3, -1, 0, 0, 5, 1. Take a look at my graph on the calculator to help. And it looks like our graph is going to look just like this. And that is how you graph exponential, square root, and the last video showed you absolute value and quadratic. Hope this helps.